Hi guys, so let's continue with our scope management. In this video we are going to look at define scope. So far you have seen that we are collecting requirements, business analysts are collecting requirement, and scoping for practical purpose, it's business analysts do that a lot of time. But project managers are also involved because project managers are directly looking at the deliverables because that is impacting their timeline, cost, and everything. So they are highly involved in this. And this process of defining scope is, you can say, it's kind of mandatory because without this you are lost. So you need to determine what all things you are going to deliver as part of a project. When you collect requirement, you can get any kind of requirement, all kind of requirements. After getting those requirements, business analyst and the project managers, while looking at the timelines and cost, will decide what all requirements to accept, defer, or reject. And while deciding the scope, they not only accept the requirement for that release, but they also look at the constraints and limitations. So as I mentioned about dependencies in one of the earlier videos, so that will be part of defining scope. And because you need to include all these necessary details to clearly mention the scope. A scope definition is very important because once you have a defined scope, all the changes or any changes to it can be handled professionally and managed well. Otherwise, your project will become an open-ended work and it will continue to have updates. So that's why it's very important to define your scope in advance so that its deliverables are fixed, decided, and known all in advance. This is the input-output diagram. So we have project charter, project management plan, project documents. These are part of input, assumption logs, requirement documentation, risk register, these are examples of project documents. All of them are part of input here along with EEFs and OPAs. For tools and techniques, we have expert judgment, data analysis, and decision making. For output, we have project scope, statement, project document updates, assumption log, requirement documentation, requirement traceability matrix, a stakeholder register. So basically, let's say you have 10 requirements, one is declined, 2 are deferred, you will update that information in the requirement traceability matrix. Let's say you have 10 requirements, one is declined, 2 are deferred to the later phases. You need to update your requirement traceability matrix to reflect this information. And these are the applications. You will update your assumption log, requirement documentation, requirement traceability matrix, and stakeholder registers based on the information coming out of define scope activity. So that's it for now. Thank you.